gonna be good. Especially like I hope that he gets the Obi-Wan movie.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm just basic because like if I see you good in 5 movies, I'm just in. Like whatever. Like it could be him cutting grass, whatever. I'm gonna try it out. Like I'm just gonna give it. Fuck it, let's go.
Well,
That's
not only that too,
reasonable.
but like same could be said with like Jake Gyllenhaal for me. I saw it was between 2013 and 2014 alone, just watching Enemy and Prisoners and everything he did. Unreal. Like that guy's insane.
Same. I saw Nightcrawler and I was like, whatever you want me to see, Jake. Whatever you want me to see.
yeah.
Nightcrawler is unreal.
Yes.
3
Well,
hours.
Yeah.
3 hours of Gyllenhaal stood still next to a mirror, talking to himself.
Well, that's what we were mentioning on the last
I'd say-
episode too. Like with him going to be in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like he's going to be the villain, like Mysterio. Like hopefully the Mysterio and Spider-Man Homecoming 2 or whatever they call it. Like that could be the best villain in Marvel history, as far as I'm concerned, because of the performance.
I'm gonna be a little racist just because I love Michael B. Jordan. I'm sorry. Like,
Oh, that would have been good. That would have been
It
good.
touches my heart. Like,
No, I wanted him to live.
Yeah.
I like the fact he didn't live. Like he had to be militant and die. Because if he would have lived, it wouldn't have been as hard hitting.
Yeah, like no, I get why it had to happen. I just still didn't like it, just because I like Michael B. Jordan a lot.
Okay, touche.
But I think also it's going to his death is going to be so important that you're going to feel his character throughout the sequel. You know, that's why I think it was important for him to, you know, how the ending of Black Panther happened, because that weight is going to be carried on T'Challa's shoulders throughout the rest of. But it'll be interesting to see what they do, because I even just what was it, the report that just came out that Childish Gambino is in talks to being in Black Panther 2 now, which isn't he already a character in the Marvel universe?
Yeah, he's.
He's someone in Spider-Man.
Jeff Davis, who is the Prowler, who is Miles Morales' uncle.
Yeah.
Deep knowledge that I didn't know.
I'm biased just because I love Donald Glover, so like I'm like whatever. Whatever you want to do.
I've never met a person that doesn't like him. Like everything that guy's been doing lately.
Well,
I don't think there's any single person that doesn't love Donald Glover.
But here's the thing: I'm a hipster, so like, so like back in 2011, I was like Donald Glover. They're like, I don't know who you're talking about. So now I'm like happy, but I'm also kind of like bitter on the inside of like, oh, now we know who he is.
Yeah. Well, whenever I mention Donald Glover, everybody's like, I live in suburban Missouri, so they're like, is he Danny Glover's son? I'm like, no, he's not. Completely different.
I work at a theater now, and you'd be surprised the amount of people that when Solo came out thought that they were going to see Donald Glover or Danny Glover, or whatever, in the movie. That's who they thought was playing Lando. I was like, really?
I actually like
97 years old.
I thought it was alright. I didn't mind Alden Ehrenreich. I don't really get why he's getting way too much hate. I mean, I get it. It's Han Solo.
Everybody gets too much hate though these days, don't they? Nobody ever gets nice things said about them.
He said it best. I mean, because y'all saw what happened with Kelly. Like she was just being positive and just shitted on her. Like
she's awesome.
That was so unreal. Expected, sure, because of the toxic fan base that Star Wars has brought to the film world, but everything, every interview, every scene, you could just tell she's a fan and she loved everything. It's a shame that she got get rid of social media.
I did go on a slightly little aggressive rant at the end of the last episode of It's a Wonderful Podcast about all the people hating on Kelly Marie Tran, because Nolan just brought it up, and I didn't necessarily want to end on such a sort of big, because I'm not usually aggressive, but that it annoyed me.
I mean, that's understandable, just because saying her storyline was unnecessary is fine, but getting aggressive and then mean for no reason, I get it. I think you have to show how much you care about it. So I definitely get it.
I think also though the fact that people, it wasn't because they didn't like the character. these people are targeting her as the actress, being like, why are you making these decisions? They need to separate, you know, the
character and the actor.
Well, yeah, exactly, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's the toxic fan bases. The three biggest ones are the three things I love the most, which is Star Wars, Marvel, and DC.
DC.
Yeah. I can't talk
You're never
to
gonna
anybody
win
about any of those anymore.
It's not fun to talk about. It's not fun to talk about anymore.
One fan base I am very, very happy to be involved in, and I haven't seen a lot of negativity towards it, are people that like horror. Like people that are into the horror genre. They even the crappy horror movies, like, everyone just loves it. So I think that's a really interesting look at, like, that kind of segment of fans aren't like that.
That's very true. I'm a bit darker, just because I feel like I'm just gonna have the conversation. So, like, if you want to be off the wall and negative, cool. Like, I'll let you say your piece, and I'll just talk over you, and I'll talk about something else. Like, oh, I love Kelly Tran. Oh, she's an Asian person. Back to what I was saying. I love the scene. Like, I'm not even gonna have that dialogue with you, just because if it's about something unnecessary, cool. But if I paid my ticket and if I love whatever it is, I try not to even worry about them. I just let them be them. Just because they're like bandits in the Wild Wild West, you can't stop them. So you just gotta let them kill each other off, and come back.
That's a great point. It's true, because it's something that they're not even gonna stop, right? Once they go attack something, they're gonna constantly attack it until it's a pile of bones. So
I just don't know how people find the energy.
All
the time to do it all day, every day.
Like, I know how busy it is just with work and, like, scheduling and stuff, but, like, the people that sit there just constantly, like, get a job or something.
That's what they do.
Get somewhat of a social life. I mean, come on.
What an incredible life these people must lead.
I think it's like passion turned twisted and evil. It's like, oh, I love this so much, and it's like, oh, you're attacking me as a human being, and it just becomes something ugly, and it's like, oh, that's not how you should live life. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
They're more machine now than man. Twisted and evil.
But
They've
anyway,
what they hate.
For the two people that are watching right now, welcome to the second episode of the Guest Spotlight. We have a huge panel today. We'll get into everyone and stuff as we go along, but Raul and Randall are going to be joining us very shortly. But with that being said, Billy, Dizzle, Morgan, let's jump right into it. You want to give a quick introduction to yourselves? I know we've had two of you guys on the show before, so our audience should know. But give a quick synopsis, what you guys do. Yeah, we'll get into it.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't go first. Billy, go.
Yeah, I guess I'll go first. Yeah, I'm Billy Pollihan. I'm on Twitter a lot. I'm just a guy. Honestly, I'm a big fan of, like, certain internet personalities, and it all connects to each other, and that's how I met Raul, and Raul is how I met Troy, and yeah, I just talk about movies. Not many people are very interested, but the people that are, yeah, cool. Yeah. And I got way more Twitter followers than I thought was possible for me. So, I mean, it's not much compared to others, but it's a lot for me. Anyway, let's take it over to Morgan and Dizzle.
Obviously, I go last. I'm British.
Okay, fair. All right. So, I am Dizzle. Like Billy, I am a boy. I'm just a fan of things. And I am also on Twitter, and I comment with my heart. And I am trying to start a podcast, so that is an interesting experience.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's awesome, though. And then, like, that's the funny thing, too. I was talking to Billy earlier, and we actually met Dizzle 2 years ago at San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know if you remember. It's the same. It's the same.
Of course I do.
You do? Wow. Because it was the same year, or I guess week, that I met Raul for the first time, because I came into it being like a Screen Junkies fan, and then we were just walking down the boulevard there, and you're the first person I saw with your Screen Junkies shirt, dressed all in the Dave Chappelle getup. It was amazing. So yeah, it's nice to finally get you on the show and to finally talk and actually get to know you a little bit more.
Of course, of course. Best for last. Go for it.
Hi. People know me. People know me, don't they? Do people know me? I don't know if people know me. You might know me as the Purple Dom on Twitter.
Where is that from, by the way? I never got to ask you that.
It's a random selection of words. It literally means nothing. The number 3 does mean something, though. The number 3 in my Twitter handle is, of course, for Patrice Evra. And that's a little It's a Wonderful podcast joke for anybody that listens there. But yeah, that is my show. It's a Wonderful podcast. I host it with Nolan Dean, who people who listen to this know very well. It's a silly little show where we talk about old movies, and it's great. And what else do I do? I also like ghost stories. Yeah. That's it. That's me. That's all I'm about.
Well, no, thank you guys for joining us. And like I said, the slow folks will join in when they can. But yeah, let's go into the trailers and stuff this week, because I think that's the biggest thing. We had Bumblebee come out, Halloween, Wreck-It Ralph, Lego Movie 2, How to Train Your Dragon 3. There was that the Chris Hemsworth movie that's doing Drew Goddard's going to be directing. That trailer came out. So was there anything that kind of stood out to you guys this week when it came to new movies?
I mean,
Billy, I'll jump right into it then. I know for me, the standout was Halloween. Oh, there we go. Look at this. Yeah. Woohoo! There he is. There's the sexy hand. So both of them.
What's up, Randall?
Guys? What's up, guys? Hey, Randall. Nice shirt.
Hey, Raul.
Good morning, Raul.
We both got jaws.
Good morning.
So we've already started. We got the introductions done for those 3. As always, Raul, thank you for joining us again. And Randall, if you wanted to give a quick synopsis, what you do, who you are, just for the audience to kind of have an idea.
I'm Randall Sans. I don't really do much.
Everyone has said that.
I generally am doing stuff with other people. Occasionally, we'll do Let's Plays with Tom and our friend Cal at Kingslayer, and from Odd Shape Plays. And we'll just lately we've been playing Fortnite and doing stuff like that. So go and check them out, give them a like, and
yeah, of course. And all the descriptions will be, or all the stuff will be in the description for people to click onto. But thank you for joining us. Raul, it's been a little bit. How have you been?
Very good. Had you started without me?
I did. You were late.
Don't blame me, Raul. Don't blame me.
I went to sleep at 2 a.m., Troy.
Oh, you did? You're tired? But hey.
Hereditary was long as hell.
Well, why don't we were gonna jump into the movie trailers and stuff, but let's jump into that first, I guess. So Hereditary, you got to see it. Has anyone else on the panel gotten the opportunity to?
I want to, but I'm afraid.
Yeah, me too. So that's good. So Billy, Raul, I'll give you guys the floor if you want to pitch the rest of us Hereditary, what your guys' thoughts were. I'm going into this movie blind. I haven't seen a trailer. I'm excited to see it.
Okay, that's a good thing, because I'm gonna say the less you know, the better.
Yeah,
really,
yeah, I would agree.
The less you know, the better. And
that's good.
Not everybody will get it the first time. It's one of those films that you could probably rewatch and find something new every time. But yeah, I liked it a lot. It was a little weird at first, but great performances by everybody. Everyone brought it. Toni Collette really is.
Well, yeah, and I've heard a lot of people saying award recognition for her for this movie,
she's
which
really
would be awesome.
I don't see it. I don't see an Oscar-nominated performance, but she's a great performance. Especially there's some scenes that I cannot say anything. I think Billy knows.
Yeah, I know.
Especially at the ending, I don't see it. as nominated, but there's a lot of things that I like from Hereditary. There's a lot of things that I don't like.
I agree with you, Raul. It's like kind of like a middle of the road movie for me as well.
Middle of the road?
Yeah, like it's a really good movie. But it like for me, don't go into it thinking this is going to be the scariest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
To me, it's very similar in tone to the other movies that A24 has produced horror wise. But like it's a really good movie. Toni Collette was fantastic. Like I think that it's definitely worth going out and seeing in theaters. But like the little you know, like they were saying, the better.
Which it's pretty good seeing it with an audience.
Well, and it's interesting too that you say that then, because I wonder if the marketing has been a downfall for this movie then, considering it's being marketed as the next Exorcist, you know, the next huge scariest movie for this generation. So people are going to be going into it thinking, holy shit, I'm about to witness something that I've never seen before. So
I can't
going
really
into it then, I'll be a little hesitant, be like, okay, this will be a good horror movie, but it's not going to be, you know, a masterpiece.
I would say to set your expectations low, because I was ready for it. Like Randall gave me like a warning back on Thursday, and I was like, I knew that was going to happen. And then I saw the cinema score, and I was like, and if Dan likes a horror movie, that means that I'm not gonna like it. If Dan Morrow likes a horror movie, I was like, I'm gonna hate it. But also with Morgan, he remembers our discussion about The Witch.
Yeah.
And so, first, this is better than The Witch and It Comes at Night. Those two movies are a piece of crap for me. Sorry.
Raul, let's just calm ourselves down. Let's just take a deep breath.
Sorry.
Because I remember exactly when people were saying, oh, maybe lower your expectations. I remember the last time this was happening. It might not be as scary as people and that was for The Witch. And The Witch is one of my favorite horrors of the last 10 years.
I liked The Witch.
The Witch.
I
adore The Witch.
I didn't love it, but I liked it.
But I will give you why Hereditary gets a pass for me. Because there were some scary moments.
I mean, I would hope so if it's a horror movie.
Because this is the problem. It's the same problem for A24. It's a drama with 2 minutes of horror. It's exactly what happened with It Comes at Night and with...
But to be fair, though, horror and like comedy is subjective. So for some people, the movie could, you know, be 100% horror. But for you, I guess, you just, you know, caught the dramatic moments more than the horror, which is obviously totally cool and interesting. So man.
Cool. Without saying anything, like with The Witch, my problem is I predicted the twist in the first 5 minutes, and It Comes at Night. It doesn't give you any answers to the things that they establish, and that's the thing that bothered me the most. And I cannot give It Comes at Night a pass just because it had interesting characters, and I didn't like the setting, and I didn't like the story, and the false marketing. And with Hereditary, I like the characters, I like the story, I like the little bit of horror, and it did something. I didn't predict the twist, so that's why it gets a pass. Even though the slow pacing was a big no for me, because that movie felt like 3 hours. I slept for like 2 minutes. I missed a big scene in the middle. And so I didn't miss a lot. Like Janine told me exactly right after the thing that I missed. But the thing that surprised me was that I didn't predict the twist, and I liked the scares that happened near the end. And so that's why I liked it. It's not a movie that I'm gonna buy, but maybe I will see it again on Netflix, maybe in like a year or something.
To kind of piggyback what you were saying, I think that expectations and marketing is kind of unfortunate, because like I try not to have anything for anything, because I think when you get more people's thoughts in your head, it kind of throws you off how you feel about a movie. So whenever I watch them, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna watch it for what it is, because I think it's hard to market a movie just in general, because it's like, oh, it's gonna be this, but if it doesn't like good marketing, you're not gonna watch the movie at all. So I think it's kind of tough.
And that's actually very interesting to debate too, because you can even talk about the fact that movie stars don't really sell movies anymore, right? It's very much, I mean, aside from like The Rock and maybe like a Mark Wahlberg or some of the bigger guys, I think marketing for film and like the whole promotion side of things definitely has changed over the years, and people are going more for the funner type action movies. It doesn't matter who's in them, but I wonder if that also coincides with what's just happening in the world, and that's what people are wanting to see, more of just a lighthearted entertainment instead of a complete think piece about this and that and everything in between.
Okay. Like for me, the better performance was Alex Wolff than Toni Collette, in my opinion.
Alex Wolff is super underrated. I don't know if any of you guys know. I talked to Raul about this movie, but My Friend Dahmer that came out last year, which is the Jeffrey Dahmer movie that was written by one of his best friends in school about how he grew up, and it leads up right to his first killing. It is unreal, and Alex plays the best friend. And everything I've seen him in, especially even what was that Netflix movie, Death Note? He was in that. I thought he was really good in that.
That was his brother. That was Nat Wolff.
Okay, so then they're from a band, I think, right?
Naked Brothers Band. That was a very old
Billy. Nice pull, Billy.
Yeah. So wait. So Alex was in So Alex was in The Fault in Our Stars, right?
No, that's
the other Wolf.
No, Nat Wolff is in the John Green movies, and Alex. Last thing I actually saw him in, aside from Hereditary, was Jumanji. He was he was the nerdy kid.
He was great in that.
I was like, is that Alex from Naked?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I've seen it.
And shit. And yeah.
I was gonna say before
I'm looking
from this movie. I just had one last thing. Like, to me, this may not have been like the scariest movie I've ever seen, because that is subjective. But I do know, like, while watching it, like, people were getting up and walking out of the theater. They're like, "Oh hell no!" and just walking out of the theater. There are scares in this movie.
That's all I want.
Like, Morgan, if you love, like I said, it's very similar in tone to the previous A24 like horror movies, like The Witch.
I'm into it.
And if you love that, I guarantee you will love this movie.
Wonderful.
That's awesome. And just piggybacking back to the Alex Wolff thing, I wanted to look to see what other movies he's in. But it's like, Hereditary, Jumanji, that Dahmer movie. He was in Thoroughbreds, but uncredited, so he wasn't really in that. And then I guess he was in My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 and Patriots Day.
Oh yeah,
from those.
I remember that now. I saw My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 on a plane. I did not like it. I did not like it at all.
He wasn't that guy in the party in Thoroughbreds?
Yes. He was. All he's credited is party friend, so he didn't even get a name.
Is that guy from the party?
I still need to see that movie.
I liked it. I really, really like that.
You know what I like? I like that Halloween trailer.
Yes. Okay, let's do this.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch? Okay. So let's
try.
No,
please.
We'll try to pitch you on it then. For the other ones that haven't seen it, what were your thoughts going into the trailer? What did you want to see, and what did I guess your overall thoughts on what eventually did come out?
I think Morgan should go first, since he is the most horror oriented of all of us.
I mean, expectations for a trailer. I don't think I had any expectations for a trailer. I think that's taking the expectation thing a bit too far.
But I mean, what did you want to see from a rebooted Halloween movie? Like, did you already start speculating about, and what, depending on what it actually showed us? Did you have any, or were you going into it completely like, okay, let's see what they give me?
Like, especially with stuff like this, and most horror, really, I very seldom have any sort of expectations.
That's beautiful.
Because I just go into it thinking, okay, I'm a horror guy, entertain me movie. Halloween, or this new Halloween looks like it's gonna do that exactly. I mean, I'm just excited to hear John Carpenter's score coming through those big cinema speakers. That is literally probably the only reason I'm actually going to go and watch Halloween, even though it does, from the trailer, look very, very good, especially, coming from me, who is renowned for, let's watch 1978 Halloween and then just leave it there and be done with it. But no, this looks more than worthwhile, and that's a compliment from me.
The Purple Dawn.
Yeah, I think I don't know. So right after the trailer came out, I watched Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2 because that's what the trailer reminded me of. The trailer for the new Halloween movie reminded me of a mixture of the original John Carpenter Halloween and the Rob Zombie. Rewatching the new Halloween reboot, I absolutely love them. Both of them, I think they're great. I know they're torn between audiences. But for me, that was my biggest takeaway. I'm still kind of skeptical on the story. I think seeing, at this point, Michael Myers is going to have to be the same age as Jamie Lee Curtis, so he's an old motherfucker in this.
He never ran a lot anyway.
That's true. And I liked a lot of the scenes, especially when they go to the psych ward at the beginning and all those guys are chained in the middle and well, that looked incredible.
That whole floorboard is that's just a great shot. It's visually appealing.
Yeah, visually amazing. And there's the scene also in the bathroom at the gas station. That was awesome.
That was the best scene in the trailer for me.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about that bathroom scene at the gas station. It looks so familiar of that scene in H2O.
That's true.
That's on purpose. Because I also found some Easter eggs in the trailer. There was some kids
they're making a few
running, and they had a pumpkin mask, a witch's mask, and a skeleton mask, which is Halloween 3: Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
Which Halloween 3. I think the reason though is because I think if it wasn't called Halloween, I think it would be considered one of the best horror movies of the 80s when it came out. But because it's labeled Halloween, people are like, "Oh, that's just the stupid one without Michael Myers." So I love Halloween Season of the Witch.
I liked the idea that hey, let's make this an anthology series because it is called Halloween. There's a lot that can happen on Halloween.
True.
I think that would have been a better direction, personally. But yeah.
And Busta Rhymes coming up and fighting Michael.
Michael Myers, the same dude. He just becomes he's Superman essentially with you cannot kill this guy, and each sequel just kept getting worse and worse. It just got more convoluted and I hated it. And yeah, Rob Zombie's was weird. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I liked about it, but it's a little weird as well. Especially the second one is just balls to the wall. I don't know what kind of drugs he was on, but
many drugs.
I was telling Troy that I only saw the first half of Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie version, because I was like, what the hell?
I do think the first Halloween that he did, I'm torn because there's moments in the movie he did that I like better than Carpenter's version, even though as a total film, I appreciate. I mean, Halloween's one of the best. It's my second favorite horror movie of all time, second to The Shining. So I love that movie, but there are things like the realism and the realistic, just dirty, grainy, white trash about the first Halloween that just made it be like I have communities here in Calgary that could be the people that lived in Rob Zombie's movies. So to me, it was damn, it just made it scarier for me, being it could be someone across the street. Whereas I think the original Halloween was very much, it's the shape. It's just a random entity where they made, Zombie made his movies more realistic, I guess.
Totally.
That's fair.
Yeah, by the way, if you ever watch the original Halloween, take a shot every time that you hear the word totally. It's done way too many times.
Totally.
Is it?
But, thoughts on the actual trailer? I had no idea what to expect because This is written by Danny McBride and David Gordon Green. And I think of Pineapple Express when I think of those guys. I know David Gordon Green. He can actually do drama really well. But I had no idea what to expect because, you know, they come from a comedic background. And
yeah, if there's not a Seth Rogen cameo, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Can you imagine if like Seth Rogen's like the stoner that works at at that gas or something? That would be brilliant.
I need that now.
But yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was like they're going back to his roots, and they're just keeping it. It's just he's just a guy that kills. You don't really need to know why. He just does it. You know, there's a monologue in the original by Donald Pleasance that like he explains. He's like, I tried to get to him for like 6 years and tried to lock him up because what I saw behind him was just purely evil. And it's all you need to know about Michael Myers. He's just a killer that does stuff. And it looks like they're going to do that here. And
Unstoppable Force.
I like that they're just ignoring all the other sequels, but they're still
referencing them.
You know, referencing them because yeah, it's a lot of history.
Yeah, like for me, I only have seen 3 Halloween movies. I saw the first one, the second one, H2O, and the first 10 minutes of Halloween Resurrection.
Yeah, don't get me started on Halloween Resurrection.
Oh, I remember. I rented that movie from Blockbuster when they killed Jamie Lee. I took off the VHS in my mind. I was like, we're not gonna keep watching the movie. I was like, nope. I was like 10 years old. I was like, I didn't want to see more. I was like, nope.
You didn't want to see the Queen of Schmoville, Katie Sackhoff, in it, or Buster Rhymes beating up Myers with an iron pipe or something. Yeah,
I have never seen those scenes. Like for me, killing Jamie Lee Curtis, I was like, that was it. I was like, nope.
Well, segueing from that then quickly, what did you guys think of her in the trailer?
Awesome. She's like Sarah Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought she was cool. I don't know. I think
I like a lot of those things, but I have a feeling because we're having that trend of doing reboots, I think that Michael is gonna kill Jamie Lee at the end of this movie.
I think she'll kill him.
Interesting take.
Yeah, because honestly, this is the reboot craze that we're having, killing the original characters and starting with new ones.
But I think both of them at the end of the movie will die, and Mike will come back for the sequel.
If there's a sequel, I hope it's standalone.
There's no sequel.
Yeah,
it's Blumhouse. Blumhouse takes the stupidest idea and makes 9 movies from it.
Yeah, but
I think it's budget because they have budgets that are like $5 million. They always make their money back. That's why they can make sequels.
Well, do we know what the budget for Halloween is? I'll look it up.
I don't know, but it's probably very low budget because I can tell you.
I can make it a bit. It looks like 20
$10 million or something.
Yeah, it's like a 15 or 20.
Yeah, it's not that high.
Billy, you have to pay Jamie Lee Curtis, so that's $5 million.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, they got to sneak in an Activia product placement as well. You know, probably gonna go to the fridge, eat at Activia because Jamie Lee Curtis is the spokesperson.
Oh, I thought that Michael was gonna open the restroom, and Jamie Lee's like, ah.
So there's not a number out, but Jason Blum came out and said it will be a low budget compared to all the previous Halloweens, except maybe the first. Our budget will be lower than them all. We have picked an Oxford filmmaker, given him the cut, and absolutely adoring to his principle. So I'm curious. And like I said, the fact that we got Danny McBride in there, he was great. I liked him in the Alien movie that came out. I thought he was great in that. So it's cool to see him kind of going through the different horror franchises and whatnot.
Yeah, like for me, I like Halloween 2 a lot because I like the hospital setting. Those people that get boiled in the jacuzzi. I'm a little still angry that even though Halloween 2 picks up exactly where it left off in Halloween 1, I was like, you're gonna ignore Jamie Lee hurting in the hospital and running from Michael? Like all the trauma that she still had is still Halloween night?
But that's why you should watch Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, because they play with PTSD from the incident and they do it extremely well. And I
give
think,
you that.
and I love that aspect of Laurie Strode going through what she did in the first movie and then experiencing. So that's why I think this movie could be the trailer kind of sets up it to be, you know, one of the better Halloween films, because if it's years and years later and she's still dealing with the trauma and effects of that first Halloween movie so many years after, I think that could bring such a really cool dynamic to her character and kind of, you know, make us more captivated into her decision. It'll be interesting to see where they play out.
Mm-hmm. And also, that's my prediction. I'm making it right now. Laurie Strode will die at the end.
Well,
the twist is that she faked her death.
Well, he was right with his solo prediction. He made that whole movie like months and months before.
A year.
Yeah.
Raul, seriously, what sort of powers do you have? Because you seem to just be very good at predicting. You always have been.
It's not powers. He just gets the Disney paycheck out of the two of us, so they just give him the information.
Yeah, that's fair.
Morgan, you also get the Disney paycheck. I saw your cameo in Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Speaking of which,
who's this? What joke are you making right now?
Eeyore has a cameo in Wreck-It Ralph 2. It's an inside joke, Morgan. I remember.
Okay. All right. On the outside
Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, okay.
He's also Christopher Robin then.
Okay.
I've been obsessed with that trailer for days. Christopher Robin. We were just talking about this before the show.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing I wanted to mention. So if we go into the trailers now and segue off, Dizzle and Randall, what were some of the movies that you saw this week and the trailer-wise that got you like super excited out of them? I know we had like Bumblebee and like I mentioned before, like all the other animated films and stuff. Into the Spider-Verse looks awesome, like the animation in that. So for the two of you guys, what were some of the ones that stood out?
For me, specifically, it was definitely Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I'm a big fan of that story arc in the comics, and the fact that they're bringing in the ultimate comic like verse like from Marvel, and they're doing it in a really weird and interesting animation style. It's like claymation but CG. So I kind of like the aesthetic that they're doing with it, and I like that they're training Miles, and we're also going to be able to see Spider-Gwen, which is a big play. I'm really hoping to see Spider-Pig in it as well. So, because they're definitely opening up for all of them, all the different characters and different spiders to come in. So I think that they have a chance to like really do something that they, with this movie, that they can't do like with a live action MCU movie. And I think it'll be a lot of fun.
I think they have potential to be very much like the Lego Batman movie with this and have all those references and stuff. Like I think they're trying to get, and I don't know if they have already, but having Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland show up, I think if they had a scene with those Spider-Mans coming in, I think that would be awesome just for the fans of, like, you know, even though I don't really like Tobey Maguire's iteration, seeing them together would be awesome. So I agree. That trailer was phenomenal, and the animation was awesome. Dizzle, did you get to see the Spider-Man trailer?
Yes, I saw it. I am gonna speak on Bumblebee just because I loved Transformers 1 and got sadder and sadder as it went on. So I'm really excited, hoping that this one is in the same vein as the first one, because I really loved Shia LaBeouf's kind of like loser, quirky winnerness in him. So like I kind of get that same feeling from Haley Steinfeld in this, just because like she was awesome at Edge of 17, and like I hope it has the same heart to it, just because I think Transformers is like a really good IP, and I just want them to do good on it. So
yeah, I agree. I think the trailer, Billy, Morgan, the rest of you guys jump in. Like, what did you think of the Bumblebee trailer, the Spider-Man trailer? Which one did you like more?
Spider-Man, maybe cheer, because I did cheer over Spider-Gwen, who is also completely voiced by Haley Steinfeld.
Billy. Yeah, Billy. Nice.
Yeah, dropping the knowledge here.
She's getting Haley Steinfeld is getting all of the paychecks. So
hey, I got to.
So is Jeff Goldblum. That motherfucker was retired and came back, and now he's everywhere. You can't look somewhere and you don't see him, which is nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Independence Day 3, Troy, is never gonna happen.
Screw you. The second one's amazing.
Yeah, but Bumblebee, surprisingly, I'm into it. I know it's like, oh, I'm into all of it, but I'm just I get excited. What can I tell? And I like that it's a different director. It's Travis Knight. He did Kubo and the Two Strings, which I really liked.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Leica fan.
Yeah, I love Leica. And there was a part where they're like underwater where Twitter joked that it was The Shape of Water.
Yes.
And I'm just like, oh God. I saw John Cena in it for like a second, but I'm glad that it's mostly
Are you sure, Billy? Are you sure you saw it for a second?
Yeah, I'm pretty.
Okay.
I was gonna say I missed him in the trailer. I couldn't see him. I didn't.
I saw like the soldiers, and then once you see it, it's like you know what he looks like.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't. Okay, thank you.
Like I'm just like John Cena.
Okay, I'm holding off. They need to do a Gears of War movie with The Rock, Batista, and John Cena.
Yeah,
taking a WWE reference.
Batista as Phoenix would be pretty awesome.
So good.
But yeah, it just looks like it looks like it's got a lot of heart. The other ones just felt very cynical, like the Michael Bay
cash
one.
grabs.
Yeah, the first one I actually don't hate. I have a lot of fun with it, and
as you should.
I liked it.
The first one's good. I think everyone agrees that like the first Transformers movie is a serviceable, fine blockbuster, and
it deserved to have a sequel.
Not so much. In the fourth and fifth just made.
I like the third
myself.
The third
one was probably the second best of the Bay films. Second one is just like one of the biggest messes that I've seen, because that was made during the writer's strike, so that definitely did not help. Yeah, and it was freaking Kurtzman, so the curse of Alex Kurtzman. Just he can't make good movies.
Yeah, I'm also surprised that I like the Bumblebee trailer because I don't like the Transformers franchise either. But yeah, that movie looks good. I still am hesitant because that's the thing. Like every Transformers trailer is good, but the movie sucks.
That's true. That's true.
And
I
also,
with Mark Wahlberg, I looked at those. I was like, I don't want to see those. They don't even look interesting. It's just Mark Wahlberg being Mark Wahlberg in a Transformers movie.
But Dinobots, Randall, Dinobots.
Yeah, and that was the only reason I watched. I didn't go see that one in theaters, and then it still hurt me because I had to. They wasted the Dinobots in that movie. Like, how are you gonna bring in Grimlock and then waste that man? It's infuriating.
Dinosaurs, but still.
Also, that Spider-Man trailer, I know so little about Miles Morales and that Spider-Verse, and I love the animation style of that trailer. Like, one of my fears for that movie, I think that movie's not gonna hit the box office too high.
Spider-Man?
Like
No,
because the animation style and the Miles Morales thing, I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that it makes a lot of money.
It comes out. I see what your point is, but I would raise you that it's coming out near Christmas, and I think it's the perfect film to send your kids to, because it's Spider-Man, right? Like Spider-Man is, if not one of the most recognizable superheroes, and it's something that parents are comfortable with their kids seeing. Especially with the diversity in that trailer, you're going to get a wider audience.
So
I think it has potential to be huge this year. Make even more than maybe Incredibles.
Especially if it's good and has good word of mouth.
Whoa. It's not going to do more than Incredibles 2. I'm sorry. I mean, that's just not.
I'm curious, though.
No.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Incredibles 2 is going to crush.
Yes.
It's going to do pretty well. I like that. Also.
I'm making the bold statement. I think the Incredibles 2 is gonna do $200 million.
It's gonna open big because a lot of people are attached to Incredibles. A lot of people grew up with Incredibles.
Unfortunately, Incredibles will take a hit because Jurassic World comes out the next week.
Yeah,
and they're gonna be fighting for that second weekend. And Jurassic World already made 151 or 52 billion. It's only a 5% drop from the last one.
Like I remember when the first Jurassic World was coming out, and like on Movie Talk and like everywhere, like how big the box office surprise was with that. So because of the kind of torn response to that movie, I'm curious to see if Fallen Kingdom does.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 3 years since the last Jurassic Park movie.
I gotta say, the promotion for this new movie looks pretty great.
Also, it's the anniversary, so that's also
the 25th anniversary
I
as
think
well.
That the only thing that's selling me on it is the director. That's J.A. Bayona, and I love his previous work. We talked about this before it aired, Monster Calls. I think it's great.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I like that movie.
Shit. I haven't seen The Orphanage yet, but
I like that movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it for the first time this year in October, and I liked what's the one with Ewan McGregor and Naomi Watts where there's like a flood? I'm trying to think.
Tom Holland's in that.
It was the tsunami.
Yeah, I liked that movie a lot as well. And
what was it? No,
I don't remember.
I just remember that Naomi Watts was awesome in that movie. I'm gonna look it up right now. The Impossible.
The Impossible.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think Jurassic World's going to hit big the first week, but I think the second week is going to be a drop off just because it sucks, but like fans of like the original don't connect with this one. So I think it's going to do big, but like not as big because they're like, oh, it's another blah, 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 blah.
Well, those fans of the original are stuck up and have issues because as far as I'm concerned, all of them are great. They're the only franchise that still makes money, and it's amazing.
I tweeted yesterday, I actually think Jurassic Park 3 I like better than the first one. Like the first one I think is great. The first one's great. The first one's great.
Watch it now.
The first one is great. I will say that.
Put on his hat.
Alan.
I
no.
Hard.
Sorry.
Okay, Raul, you just saw all these movies yesterday.
Too, Billy.
I saw it. I said it to Brandon. He didn't want to record a commentary. Me and Brandon were quoting the whole script of Jurassic Park 3. We're quoting so many things about Jurassic Park 3. Alan, Eric, Dr. Grant, this is a bad idea. What? It's a bad idea.
Oh God, Taya Leone. No.
Hey,
So good.
I'm a big defender of Jurassic Park 3 also. Like right now, that's the other thing. When I rewatch Jurassic World, I notice all of their flaws, but I still liked it a lot.
Okay.
Jurassic World, I find holds up, like as just a fun movie to watch.
Yeah.
I just like I like monster movies, so they've turned it into big dumb monsters.
And I love a lot of the critics that we admire, and especially like with Dan, he loves Jurassic Park, the original, so much, but
it's literally my favorate movie. And I still, it doesn't matter. Every time I see these dinosaurs on the screen, I'm going to be there and I will pay no matter. I will pay 100 times to see this movie if I have to.
And I even said it to you, Randall, when you were visiting here in LA. I just want dinosaurs eating people. That's the thing that I want.
I just need to see people, like, things going wrong. They could give me the same crappy movie over and over again. If it's got dinosaurs attacking people or something stupid going on like that, like, I don't care. I'm going to pay to see it.
No, you should have seen my smile when the pterodactyl starts attacking the tourists in Jurassic World. I remember myself smiling in the theater. I felt like a child because I wanted to see the pterodactyls killing tourists, and then the nanny death scene. I was like, yes.
It's funny. I was talking to my dad about just the franchise and stuff before the new movie came out a couple days ago, and I had a thought, which I'm curious to see what your guys' opinions on this are. Why hasn't there been other good dinosaur movies? It's because literally Jurassic Park. That's it.
Jurassic Park.
Because I think if you could have done like a dark rated R dinosaur film, I would kill. Like Raul said, there's people that would love to see dinosaurs wrecking shit and tearing with arms going everywhere, blood. Why hasn't that movie been made?
They did. It was called Carnotaur, and it was horrible.
Yeah, but I don't.
You know, we got the version with Disney dinosaur.
I think it really comes down to like Jurassic Park already did it, and if you're really going to do an R-rated, you might as well just kind of like revamp the Jurassic Park book and do that and make it R-rated, because that book is the R-rated version of what you would want to see, basically.
Very different.
So if you want,
I saw a video about the book that they were pitching. A guy sent this to this YouTube channel. I was like, how would you see an R-rated version of the book? And they put out a lot of fan art of the scenes from the book that they're so graphic. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, the book is very graphic. My only issue with it is dinosaurs are generally, like, for most people, seen as like kids love dinosaurs. So if you're gonna make a dinosaur movie, you want to make sure that you can get that money from kids as well. Like, I think the subset of adults that might go see it would be a lot smaller than if you can branch out and get that whole group of kids in there, because you're going to make all those parents pay for all those tickets to take their kids to see it, versus us that want to see an R-rated dinosaur mayhem fest. Like, I think the subset of group and the amount of money that can be made is a lot lower.
The thing that they can do, if they want to do the book and not R-rated, I think they should do like a Netflix miniseries, like 5 episodes.
Yeah, that would be a better way of doing that, I think. You're right.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Like I said, I think just for me being a horror fan and like loving the darker films that have come out recently, I think it would be interesting to have like actually, like I said, J. Bayona is a perfect director to do something like that, I think. So with this new movie, I'm curious to see what he does. And are you seeing that tonight, Raul? Is that what the event you're going to?
Yeah, it's the 25th anniversary screening at the Greek Theater.
Wow,
Fans.
that's gonna be awesome.
Randall's just crying.
I would just be like grabbing Randall by the shoulders and just going, "They do move and hurts." And then like do the creepy whisper that Hammond does to like Grant when he's like, "I'll show you. How did you do this? I'll show you."
Clever girl.
Yeah.
Today actually is the 25th anniversary, because June 11th, I'm gonna be running through all of the movies tonight.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Chuta.
But we don't know what will happen, and that is chaos theory.
I will say, ever since I saw the movies as a kid, my ringtone has always been do 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 do. The ringtone from the movie, I love that.
The original Nokia.
Yeah, I love it. That, to me, is one of those sounds that whenever it's like, oh, it brings back childhood memories. Oh, I love those films.
Yeah, like for me, I love Jurassic Park so much, and I don't care. Like, I have avoid all spoilers, and even like right now, it's already been in Europe for 1 week. I have been tempted
it leaked online.
Checking the spoiler.
Yeah, I got hit with a spoiler yesterday. I was very upset.
If you know where to
happened?
look, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you look online, and you know where to look, and you know how to get movies online, Fallen Kingdom has come out, and you can watch the cam version of it, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna wait for the theaters to see it, but it's out there on the internet for people to watch and spoil now. So.
No, I saw a comment that someone had made about like a scene from the beginning of the movie and it was like, "How are you gonna ruin this for me? How dare you?"
Yeah, I hate people that spoil, because like I watch Perry Nemiroff, which plug for her show and channel. She's the greatest, and she did a review of Solo. Somebody spoiled the big surprise for me. I was so pissed.
Yeah,
I would have lost my mind if I had known.
That's unfortunate.
I mean,
I definitely lost my mind.
Yeah, the dude was just like, "The movie sucks. Some, spoiler is in it."
Yeah,
and I'm just like, and so I just I reported that comment because I do not want that to happen to anybody else.
You are being a good Samaritan, sir. That is exactly what you're supposed to do.
Besides, Perry is just too good for this world for that.
nice.
Well,
I mean,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, before we kind of wrap it up, I was going to go through you guys, talk about some of movies you've seen recently, any last-minute things you wanted to mention before we call it an episode.
Okay.
But so, yeah, go right ahead.
This is my pilgrimage. This is my mission in life right now. I love Deadpool 1, and I love Deadpool 2, and my heart breaks a little bit while people say things that don't make sense in their like critique. So, because I really love the movie like a whole lot, to the point to where I drove to Vegas just to see it a week early.
Oh shit! Cool.
Yeah, like so then like hearing people saying, "Oh well, it was like too many jokes," or it wasn't the same as the first one. So my final words is, I think it was amazing because it built upon it. Hold on, everybody's seen it here, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The fact that they killed Vanessa, I thought was awesome because being like a comic book fan, they made her death for like a temporary bit of time, which I thought was awesome. I love the action and the jokes in it, so that's my stance of Deadpool 2 was good. Thank you very much.
Deadpool 2 is fantastic. I love it way more than the first.
Yeah, just to jump on that, I think that the second movie is definitely a better movie than the first one. And I would say the first one may have been funnier to me, but I think that it was because there wasn't much of a story. It was more of this introducing the character to us, and that character is just riffing. And whereas this one, it had an actual story, so the riffing wouldn't have worked well with the tone that they were going with. So I think story-wise, this is by far a way better movie than the first Deadpool.
Yeah, I'm having a random thought to like one of the jokes, which is the baby legs. I just thought I thought of Rick and Morty when I thought of that. I'm like, that's the interdimensional TV. There was baby legs police. I just thought of that. I'm like, I want him to just go around.
That's his basic instinct.
Basic instinct.
Exactly.
Oh man.
No. Also, I saw this trailer 2 weeks ago in the theater. I forget the name of the movie, but remember that movie that all of the people they're Skyping and they're dying one by little?
Unfriended. The sequel.
Unfriended Dark Web. That movie looks so damn good. I don't know if you have seen the trailer.
I never saw the trailer. I never saw it. No.
Bro, it's pretty interesting. It has
Unfriended 1 is a piece of crap, and I think they're doing the trend of doing the sequel better, like Ouija and Annabelle, like doing the sequel better because Dark Web has a really interesting pitch. They discover a lot of girls kidnapped in
the dark web.
Yeah, they're doing like
the
human
dark
trafficking
web,
stuff.
being prostituted and human trafficking, and I was like, that's a story right there. Not like the guy with the blender in like the first one. Ugh. Oh, that movie sucked.
It was bad.
I just wanted to know, like, okay, so I'm gonna need you to just stick your hand in a blender.
Yes.
Excuse me. There's a ton of movies that I saw. One that I really liked was Upgrade. I will recommend that movie to everyone. And I saw.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet. It hasn't opened in Canada, and I'm furious.
Oh, dude,
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upgrade. Hotel Artemis, which was weird.
I want to see
I
that
really
one.
enjoyed it.
It was a little
I'm gonna
weird,
go see that.
I liked it a lot.
I'm gonna go see that this week.
Yeah, I'm seeing it on Tuesday. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Also,
I really like Jodie Foster and Dave Bautista in that movie.
I do too. Jodie Foster. It was nice seeing Jodie Foster again. But
dude,
Action Point sucks.
No, it doesn't. No.
I have not seen it, but
Raul, before you say that though, you have to let the audience know that you haven't seen the Jackass movies.
But I saw Bad Grandpa.
You saw that exactly
the same thing.
Bad Grandpa, no.
Like the Jackass movies, I love the group of them and the fact that I loved Action Point. I thought it was great. I thought just for what it was, like I wasn't going in thinking it was going to be some spectacular, I'm like, this is Jackass with a plot, and that's what I got, and I loved it.
I just like watching Knoxville and Pontius and them get hurt. So like that's just like my favorite.
I mean, but it's starting to get sad though because like they're old now.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, that was my better because if they still want to do it when they're old.
I mean, like if they can still do it, it's awesome. But it's like at a certain point, it's like I don't want them to be like 80 years old just beating the shit out of each other.
I would laugh even harder if they were 80 and doing the stuff.
Actually, that does sound funnier. But Upgrade for sure.
Okay.
There was one more trailer.
What's that?
Like, because I liked Wreck-It Ralph as well, which was that
whole
Chris Hemsworth, Drew Goddard movie.
Mm-hmm. The
I saw
L
the trailer
Hotel
for that.
movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold up, I'm looking at the title right now.
I saw
Bad
the
Times
trailer.
at the El Royale.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It looks good.
That looks interesting.
It's got John Hamm in it as well.
Yeah.
It's got a
And
pretty
Bridges,
really big
right?
cast.
Dakota
Bridges.
Yeah,
Johnson.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff
He's
Bridges.
like a priest or
Also,
something.
Troy, you tagged the Twitter thing, and I haven't even talked about tag.
Yes, I know. That's how I was going to end the show, actually. I was going to get you to do that.
Yeah. You're going to put it was going to be your tag. Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. Nick Offerman and Russell Crowe are in Bad Times as well.
Oh, my
I
God.
forgot. I remember Nick Offerman, but I didn't know Russell Crowe.
Well, they
Yeah,
showed
that's awesome.
in the trailer. I'm pretty sure it showed Nick Offerman dying.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah,
You
like
don't
he
know
took
Ron
a shotgun to the chest.
You don't kill Ron Swanson or his mustache.
That's what I was saying. I was like, you're just gonna waste that death in the trailer. Like I thought it was kind of over the top, but
Anyway.
like to do something like that to a character. But yeah.
Well, that's true. There's been so many this week. And why don't we kind of wrap things up? We'll go through. You guys can pitch your stuff again, and we'll end with Raul's early review of Tag, which comes out in a couple weeks, and I'm really excited for that. But thank you all for joining us. And anytime you guys are free, seriously, come on.
Thanks for having me.
Like it was a blast. So,
Yes.
Billy, let's start with you on the end there, and we'll go down the line. Pitch what you got coming up. If there's anything cool, the floor is yours.
Not really. I'm just on the Odd Shaped channel a lot, just talking and trying to trying to get sentences across without sounding like, slow.
Hey, you did great today for any consultation.
And you can find me on Twitter at bbusterbill, and on Stardust I'm there a lot as well. So is Raul. You can find me at Billy Goatee Paul.
Billy, you have more followers than me. Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, but not as much as Minute Movie Pop. She's got thousands.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
and we have it was months and months ago now, but we had that idea for that podcast that we want to start eventually here, which will be cool.
Yeah, eventually I want that to get off, but right now it's hard with work. Anyway, let's go to the other guys.
Sure. Awesome. Well, thank you,
Billy.
Yeah, Dizzle, why don't do you have any fun things coming up? Pitch your Twitter, the stuff you've been on.
Twitter, it's Midnight Soul 23. I'm still working on the podcast. Pretty much what Billy said. I'm trying to learn how to edit and learn what stuff to talk about and how to go about it. So that's in the works. Deadpool 2 was great. Thank you all for being on the panel. And all right.
Thank you. We have to save Morgan for last, sorry, Randall, so we'll get you to go first.
Yeah. Hey, that's fine.
I knew he was coming. He was going to say it.
Of course, I don't have much going on personally because I'm working way too much.
Except that beard. That beard is going on.
Yeah, it's because I haven't even had time to shave or trim. But for the most part, I would say, I guess I'm gonna leave two things. If anyone's really likes documentaries, there's two out there now that I've seen, RGB and Won't You Be My Neighbor. They are fantastic, and I would recommend anyone to go out and check them out if you have a chance. Okay. Other than that, you can find me on Twitter at Randall Sans. I'm occasionally on there. Just always come yell at me. I will gladly yell back. And we can all become friends in the end. So I'm glad for being invited on and hanging out with you guys. Thanks very much, and hope to come back and do it again.
Oh, of course. And that leaves the purple boy.
Oh, it's me now, is it?
Yeah. One of my favorite podcasters.
One of your favorite podcasters, am I wrong?
Yeah. Have that gorgeous voice.
What a really nice thing to say. Randall, to be fair,
I found that Rabbit movie, Morgan, on YouTube. It's on my watch list.
Actually watch it because it's horrifying.
Oh, Watership Down.
Yeah.
That's a messed up movie.
It is.
I have a feeling that I'm gonna like it.
I also have a feeling you would.
Oh, Raul would love it. Yeah, Raul, you're gonna love it. Yeah, though, what I do is, like I said before, my show with Nolan Dean, who everybody on here is fully aware of, called It's a Wonderful Podcast, where we act a bit silly and talk about old movies. And go and check that out on YouTube or Apple Podcasts, or just follow its Twitter at It's a Wonderful One. And follow me on Twitter at the Purple Dom with a 3 instead of the E in the, because Patrice Evra. Because Patrice Evra. Hi, Patrice. I have to say that every time now.
Yeah, like Nolan said, Morgan, that's your catchphrase. So.
It might be my catchphrase. I'll have to meet Patrice and tell him that he's now my catchphrase. And cry into his arms. But yeah.
Cry.
I would cry into the man's arms.
Oh, it's funny. And yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter and stuff as usual at Troy Loxton. Special announcement for later today, and I'm glad I get to finally fucking talk about this. I am doing a special edition of the Guest Spotlight. Me and a very, very special guest, Lawrence R. Harvey, who is the main actor in Human Centipede 2. I'm super stoked to talk to him about a bunch of the things about production and his performance and how an actor goes into those films, and it's going to be beautiful. So that's going to be at 6:30 today my time, and it's 9:30 now, so you guys can do the math if you want to watch it. But yeah, please check that out because I think it's going to be awesome, and I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I think it's going to be great. So I'll leave you with that, Raul. Give you a review and close us out.
Tag was a surprise. It's a movie that I didn't expect it at all. It was pretty damn funny. There were some jokes that I didn't like because that's the other thing. When you go to a premiere, people are so loud. There's some jokes that I couldn't hear well. I was so happy that Isla Fisher, she had a role. She had a pretty big role. I like her a lot since I saw her in, what was that movie with that one with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn, the Wedding Crashers. Mm-hmm. Since I saw her in Wedding Crashers, I love her in everything. Like, I'm one of those people that love Confessions of a Shopaholic. Like, I love that movie. And so Jeremy Renner was surprisingly funny. I didn't expect him to be that funny. The way that he doesn't get tagged, those scenes are so damn funny. The way that he calculates the movements, like how he will get away from the situation. That guy from Mad Men was also surprisingly funny. Jake Johnson also was surprisingly funny. Everyone, even Hannibal Buress. I'm not a big fan of Hannibal Buress, but he was also really funny. The whole cast had a really good chemistry. The movie has like not a twist, has like a reveal at the end.
Okay.
I liked it a lot. It was a pretty enjoyable comedy. I hope that this movie makes a lot of money because I liked it a lot. It's a pretty rewatchable comedy. Like, I want to see it again this weekend. Yes, okay. I really liked it a lot. And so I would highly recommend for everybody to go to see Tag. It's not because I'm getting my Warner Brothers paycheck. It's because I really like the movie.
But you are getting a Warner Brothers paycheck.
Yeah. And so also, Morgan, I just remember last night they added Tonight She Comes on Hulu. So it's also already on my watch list.
Yeah, go and watch it. Let me know how that goes.
Mm-hmm. So I have a lot of things to see still.
Hey, we all do. There's so many out there, so many movies.
Yeah, if you want a rating, I will give Tag a 9 out of 10. Just because there were some... Yeah, I liked it a lot. Even though Game Night is still my favorite comedy of the year. But Tag is a second place. I really liked it a lot.
I still don't know how Frito-Lay makes their money back. I don't. I'm dumbfounded.
That's an amazing question.
Oh my god.
I love that movie.
And you can follow me at Raul Bader RTC. Follow me on Stardust. I need more followers. Like, Billy has like 500 followers and I only have 100.
Follow him, please.
Yes, please. I need more follows because I want to get invited to more screenings.
Yeah, you can actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy, but I don't get invited to Disney screenings. You have to be really high to go to the Disney screenings.
Yeah, Disney.
You gotta get that Disney paycheck somehow.
Yeah, it's not like Troy. He doesn't get Disney paychecks anymore because he didn't like Solo. So
it was garbage.
It was not garbage. You are crazy.
We can argue about this on Twitter later.
I don't want to argue about this.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I get that Warner Brothers paycheck, so I'm all good.
yeah.
But yes, thank you so much, everyone. And like I said, you're all welcome back whenever you guys are free. So thank you. And Raul, I'll leave it to you.
And we're so excited for the future. And I'm a little sad that I'm not going to interview the actor from the Human Centipede because I wanted to ask so many things about it also. But
write your questions down. Write your questions down. Send them to me. It gives me things to do. So
yeah, thank you guys, and also damn, like you. 4-6 people at the same time and we make it, so that's impressive. So thank you so much for watching and listening. See you next time.
Bye.